All right, we are going to flash the card for 3 seconds, and you're going to think about what you see and how you see it. All right, here we go. All right, think to yourself how many you saw. All right, double check your counting. You should have gotten 12. But how did you see 12? Mr. Urban sees that there is 5 and 5, so I know that was 10. Then I can count up 11, 12. Where some of you saw that this was 6 and this is 6, so that would be a doubles fact. So 6 plus 6 is 12. All right, you ready for the next one? 3 seconds. Think about how many you saw. Okay, go ahead and double check your answer. What did you do here to figure out your total? Some of you may have counted by twos because everyone has a partner. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Some of you may have seen that there's a doubles fact. 6 plus 6 is 12, and then there's 2 more. That makes 13, 14. And then some of you like to use the combination of 10, where you may have circled 2 and drug them over to fill up the 10 frame, and then notice that there were 4 more. So 10 plus 4 is 14. All of those are acceptable. Last one, 3 seconds. All right, double check your thinking. Which strategy did you use to help solve this problem? I bet most of you saw that there was a doubles fact. Here's 8, and here's 8. So that would be 16, and then one more makes 17. Some of you may have drug over one dot to complete the 10 frame and realized that there were 7 more. So that would have been 10 plus 7. Again, any way is acceptable. So today we are going to solve 3 subtraction problems by drawing on a number line how to go up through 10. Yesterday we hopped back to 10. Today we're going to hop up to 10 because it's teaching us another way to use thinking addition or mental math to help increase our speed for math facts. So again, we have a lot of steps. They're color-coded so I can help you follow these steps for your lesson. Blue says to think, where do I start? Today we're actually starting with a smaller number. And then in purple it says to think, how many is it to hop up to 10? So if I circle my smaller number, I have to think of the combination of 10. That would tell me how many more, and I would write that above the arrow. Then in green it says to think, how many is it to hop up to the bigger number? So we're going to write that above that big arrow. Once you're at 10, you know to get to a number in the teens, you're just looking at that number in the ones place. And then finally, we're going to think about how many total hops we made. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Think how many total hops did we make? And we're going to add up those numbers that we wrote above our arrows, okay? So pay attention because I'm going to show you how this is done. If you need to watch the video again to get a better understanding, you can. All right, the first step says to think in blue, where do I start my smaller number? So if I have 17 and 8, 8 is my smaller number. So I'm going to circle 8, maybe. There we go. And then it says in purple, how many hops to get to 10? Well, I know if I make a hop to the number 10, I know 8 plus 2 would be 10. That's my combination of 10 helper fact. So I'm going to write plus 2. Now in green it says to think, how many is it to hop up to the bigger number, 17? So I'm going to make just one giant leap to 17. I know 17 ends in 7, so that is the number in the ones place that I get to write above that big hop. Now I know this is a subtraction problem, but again, I'm starting with a smaller number and thinking addition to count up. So I did a combination of 10, and then I made a giant hop to my big number, 17. So if I look at the numbers above my arrows, it says, think how many total hops did I make? So what's 2 plus 7? 9. So that is my answer. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I started with the 8. I made a hop of 2 for a combination of 10, and then I made a giant hop to 17. So why does it help to break the distance apart? Well, if you had counted back or up by ones, you would have gotten the same number. When I'm counting up, I just made 2 hops rather than several little hops. So that kind of helped because 10 is a friendly number. It helps me know quickly how many more I would need from especially 10 to 17 because I know 17 ends in a 7. So this is called the going up through 10 strategy. All right, so we're going to do some together here. I know the stories look kind of small, but I can read them to you. It says Paul had $17 saved up. He spent $6 on a new toy. How much money does he have left? So in this problem up here, there are $17 and he spent 16. So 17, and we're going to subtract 6 and figure out what our total is going to be. So if we're going to follow our steps, we're going to start with the smaller number today, which is 6. So I'm going to circle 6 on the number line. And then we have to hop to the number 10. So think of our combination of 10. 6 plus what equals 10? Well, 6 plus 4 equals 10. So we're going to put plus 4 above that arrow or above that hop. Now, in green it says think how many is it to hop up to the bigger number? Well, we have 17. So we're going to take a big hop to 17. And 17 ends in 7. So from 10 to 17, it's a hop of 7. Okay. The last step says, how many total hops did I make? Add the 2 numbers above your arrow. So we have 4 plus 7. We made that many hops, which is 11. All right, let's look at the next problem. It says Anna baked 12 cookies. Her brother ate 6 of them. So how many cookies are left? So we started off with 12. Okay. Brother ate 6. So we're looking at how many are left. Again, we're going to follow these steps. We're going to start with a smaller number 6. We're going to circle the smaller number on the line. And then think, how many is it to hop to 10? Well, that's the same answer. We started with 6 here. So we know if I'm going to hop to 10, that's adding 4. 6 plus 10 equals 4. That's a combination of 10. So the next step says, in green, think how many is it to hop to the bigger number? Well, our bigger number is 12. So if we hop to the number 12, it ends in a 2. So that was just a hop of 2. So we're going to put plus 2. And finally, how many total hops did we make? Add the 2 numbers above the arrows. What is 4 plus 2? That would be 6. All right, last one. Nancy has 15 goldfish in her aquarium, and Billy has 9 goldfish in his aquarium. How many more goldfish does Nancy have? Well, when you're comparing who has more, you are going to subtract. Okay, so 15 minus 9 is going to be our problem to figure out how many more. Okay, so we're going to take a look at starting with our smaller number, which is 9. You were correct. So we're circling 9. What do we do next? Well, we need to make a combination of 10. So 9 plus what equals 10? Just 1. So put plus 1 above that little hop. Now in green it says to think how many is it to hop to the bigger number? Our bigger number is 15. So if I hop to the number 15, 15 ends in a 5, so that was a hop of 5. That's kind of a wimpy hop. All right, so then last step, how many total hops did we make? We're going to add 1 and the 5, so 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, now we are going to do some in your math journal. On page 63, we're going to do 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we're going to follow the same steps. So for 15 minus 7, today we're starting with a smaller number. So we're circling 7, and we're going to hop to 10. So 7 plus what equals 10? That should be 3. So we're writing 3 above that. Okay, so that's the purple step. We just made the combination of 10. Now we need to hop to the bigger number, which is 15. So 15 ends in a 5. So we're going to write that above that hop. And the last step says, how many total hops did you make? So you need to figure out 3 plus 5 and write that on your line. You said 8. That is correct. All right, let's look at number 3. 16 minus 9. Where would you start? The number 9, yes, because it's a smaller number. We're going to hop to 10 for the combination of 10. So 9 plus what equals 10? Just 1. So you can put plus 1. And then you need to hop to your bigger number. That's what the green step says. So 16 is our bigger number. You have to think, what does 16 end in? And write that above your line. So 16 ends in a 6. All right, and then how many total hops did you make? So go ahead and add up these two numbers, 1 plus 6. You should have got 7. All right, now I want you to try number 4 on your own, 14 minus 5. You can follow those steps. Start with your smaller number, hop to 10, and then hop to the bigger number and add your numbers together. When you're finished, I want you to think, if you want to solve a subtraction fact that you don't know, what strategy could you use? I think this hopping up through 10 would be a perfect way to add up to figure out your subtraction problem. I like thinking addition because it's easier for me to add than to subtract.